All right. Let's look at some medieval pictures. This is a history of private life, revelations of the medieval world. First, let's kind of see what we got here. What are they talking about? So we got the introduction, private power, public power. Ooh, that's already interesting. The use of private space, the emergence of the individual, imagining the self. I like the whole private and public power. That's in the beginning of the book, so let's kind of look in the back and see what we see. Okay, what are they doing here? Alright, so I guess this is how they bathed back in the olden times. The medieval. Not very sanitary at all. So, let me explain them to you. Johannes Stump Schetscher Chronik, 1586. Different ways of bathing in a large tub with several other people over supper. In the famous baths of Baden near Zurich, where young and old men and women, sick and healthy, all swim together in the public pool as spectators look on, and in swimming hole in the country, the natural form of basically swimming. Yeah, that's gross. Whatever. Yeah, this is a lot about bathing, I guess. Oh, this is the emergence of the individual. Oh, wow, they got a whole bunch of... I'll just let you look at the pictures. Some type of medicine or something. Not really quite sure. I'm all for this. What is going on here? What is this? Miniature decorating a manuscript. So, I mean, I guess this is... Because I'm seeing a lot of... This got to be in a commune or something. What is this? I don't get it. I'm gonna let you, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, I guess a lot of people in their deathbeds. I'd have to read more. Their sleeping arrangements don't make very much sense to me. And then it just says French translation, Baroque Macron, bedroom, library. I mean, it doesn't. Well, thank you for the description. Right? That didn't say anything. So this is a 13th century knight. Doesn't look anything like when I think of a knight. That's nothing. That's not what I'm imagining. It's always good to see reality over Hollywood. So here's a kind of blueprints. Here, I'll let you. There, you can pause right there and look for yourself. So this is the blueprints of the Palace of the Pope. What else we got in here? Oh, that's a map. We can't see what that is. What is it? Imagining the self. All right. Space and imagination. No, let's see if what do we see here? Okay, here. Let's just, I'm going to read you a quick little excerpt. The solitary man, right? In the Middle Ages, the solitary man was considered dangerous. Right? In Baroque Tristan Mark, having learned that the adulterous couple is in the forest of Morrois, summons his entourage to announce that he wishes to go out alone. Go out alone, they say. Was ever a king so imprudent? To which Mark responds, I shall therefore go without escort and leave my horse. I shall take with me neither companion nor squire. For once I reject your company, similarly, Erex, father, responds to an unusual and dangerous situation by begging him to take along at least some of his knights. A king's son must not go alone. 13th century narratives occasionally give quite a realistic account of the dangers to be expected in such circumstances. In La Fille de Comète, in the Count of the something daughter, right? Theo's daughter, a husband makes up his mind to reinforce his wife's escort, but takes the wrong trail through the forest and was rewarded with the sight of his wife being raped by 5 men. Goodness gracious. Didn't see that one coming. That kind of hit. In La Verre something, a young woman is able to join her lover and marry him only because the escort conducting her to her intended spouse does its job badly. A woman who traveled alone so upset the hero of Wanley that he married her to his great misfortune. Sometimes, though, solitude was deliberately sought and prolonged for extended periods. Hermits lived in cells, some with crude openings providing minimal contact with the outside world. These men performed a definite function for the community they had abandoned, invariably located some distance away. Ogrins hermits, located in the forest of Morrois, were for banished exiles. Well, there you go. No wonder they were so crazy out there. They banished you out to the forest. Of course, you were savage. All right. Built wretched huts is not described. Instead, the narrative stresses its remoteness from civilization and the long journey through the bocage hedge fields which required to reach it. All right. Solitude and meaning. Like that didn't say anything really. I don't know. I mean, I kind of got. I was looking at the solitary man. Next thing you know, we're getting raped in the forest by 5 guys. Like, where did that even come from? Solitude and meaning. All the landmarks encountered in the territories traversed by the Knights of the Round Table on their various quests are basically symbols of the subordination of the earthly to the celestial. These zones of voluntary seclusion are pregnant with meaning, but it's no accident that the meaning is secret and almost inaccessible and must be fettered out. Late 14th century literature highlighted the obscurity still further. Uh, and so it has established a very special relation in the values of the community that here is advantage in Yevon, the hermit surface, the link between the wild and the surface. So the solitary man, right? So besides the wow story, it's kind of throughout history. I'm guessing through the medieval times at least. Uh, it's talking about like okay, in Yevon, the hermit serves as a link between wild and civilization. In Tristan, Origin, who speak the language of good and evil, is able to help Estolade or Isolde rejoin society. Here you can pronounce it for yourself. That one. Here's a quote to Lancelot the Hermit says, Know that this vision is far richer in meaning than many may think. And now listen to me if you wish, and I will tell you the origin of your race. Okay. Not as interesting as I might have liked, but it's still very interesting in its own regard. I mean, more the hermit was. I mean, if you because even the shamans and all of them, they're all living by themselves, and they're all kind of like even Hollywood kind of depicts them as being Looney Toonies a little bit, you know. But medicine men, whatever. But yeah, I mean that was kind of interesting. Like I said, I'm gonna go over more of private power and public power. I just wanted to kind of search through the book and see what else was in here. But yeah, that's pretty interesting.